Checklists can be used to capture questions and answers, document uploads, and videos from an entrant for a race. A race can be set to have a requirement of one or more checklists. These are then approved or declined within the race office, clearing or erasing a new task for the entrant. Some example use cases are checking if a boat meets offshore regulations on equipment lists or capturing insurance documentation. Race officers can create or edit checklists using the checklist designer located in the admin menu area. To create a new checklist, simply select the Add button. Once you've set a name for the checklist, the publish status controls if it is visible or not, and the website order controls the order that it is listed in with other checklists. You have the option to set a prerequisite for it. This forces the user to complete another checklist prior to them being able to submit this one for approval. An auto-approved checklist will check against preset answers to complete the approval automatically. Non-auto-approved checklists will always require someone in the race office to manually validate them. Checklists can be applied to monohulls or multi-hulls or both if required. You can optionally set an expiration date. This is useful if you are requiring time-dependent documents such as insurance documents. The description box enables you to provide further information about the checklist. If you require the person completing the checklist to agree to terms and conditions, you can toggle on this section, and they will be required to agree to those terms when submitting the checklist for approval. Questions within a checklist are organized into sections. Begin by adding your first section. Then give the section a descriptive name, specify the order in which it is displayed, and provide additional information about the section. To add a question to a section, select the Add Question icon. When creating a question, you can make it optional or mandatory and set an order that it will display within the section. Then provide a short reference and enter the question text. You can enter an extended question description and insert images if you wish to illustrate something to help with its completion. The answer type drop-down allows options such as a simple yes, no toggles, text fields, dates, or by uploading files. The automap option enables you to capture information in the checklist, which, once approved, updates the competitor's boat record automatically with this captured answer. For example, you could capture the whole color in the checklist, and upon approval, it will automatically be written back to their boat record. Additionally, if you have auto-mapped a field to a field on their boat, it will pre-fill the answer on the checklist for them to double-check. Once the checklist is complete, the status must be set to Published for it to be visible to competitors. To make a checklist a requirement of a race, select the Checklist and Certificates banner within the Race Details tab. Clicking the Add button will display a list of published checklists. The checklist then becomes a requirement. This will create an outstanding task for an entrant of that race if they have not already completed the checklist. Once a competitor has submitted a checklist, it needs to be approved in the Checklist Submission section. You have the ability to leave internal and external notes against these submissions. Select View against the checklist to see the respondent's answers. Checklists can be approved or declined using the action buttons. Optionally, an external or internal note can be added. This will be visible to the competitor on their checklist. When you decline a checklist, you then have the option to send a templated email with the external note or preview the email before sending. Pressing Decline Only will just decline the checklist without an email being sent.